Salmonan, guys. Sorry, man. I just come from gym, so just trying to catch my breath. Donald Trump assassination attempt. I've been watching this the whole morning. I've been watching it on PBD. I've been watching it on Candace Owens. For those that don't know, ex-American President Donald Trump, while giving a rally speech, there was an attempt at his life. There's a bullet that hit some piece of glass, or the terror, whatever that thing is called, was white glass on his ear, and watching those clips of after he's bleeding and the Secret Service jumping over and covering him getting up and having his fist, with the American flag behind it, of showing what you guys have still got this. They try to take an attempt at my life, but they'll never defeat me. It's so incredible following American politics. Anyone who knows me knows that I've been watching very, very closely what's happening in the Middle East with Israel and Palestine. I've been tracking what's happening in Europe with Russia and Ukraine. Obviously, the stuff that's happening domestically in the DRC. I've been watching all these things that occur in the world. And for me, whenever people ask me, Penson, unandaba in America, we've got enough of our problems. Part of our problems is because of America. That's just the reality. So when America sneezes, we all catch the flu. That's a fact. I remember in the last job that I had, there was a situation. There was a campaign that we were meant to run, an international campaign for a very, very well-known car brand. And what happened a couple of days before was the incident of the 7th of October with the Hamas going into Israel and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so I go then to the team and I say, like, guys, can we have a discussion? What's happening right now? And they're like, but Penson, it's Israel. It's there. It doesn't affect us. Why are we so interested in what's happening in the world? Let's focus on running these campaigns, here. And long story short, like within 2 weeks, that campaign got paused. It was a campaign worth $20,000 and it got paused. And the reason why it got paused is because there was certain suppliers that we needed who were based in Israel. So as a result of what was happening in the Middle East, Tina as a company, we lost $20,000 and obviously potential business from that amazing campaign. All because of what was happening in a separate part of the world. This happens time and time again. If you look at the price of oil, cooking oil, when Russia invaded Ukraine, what happened? Amafuta, boom, the price of oil skyrocketed, and so many other things. Things that happen on one side of the world affects every part of this world, us being in South Africa. So again, you might be oblivious to it. You might not think it's important. But again, if Elon Musk buys Twitter, X, it changes the dynamics of our everyday media. And once it changes media, it changes the narrative. It changes the narrative. It changes media controls how we think and how we process things. Right now, you're going to be watching this video on YouTube, an American platform, so if something happens with America and they just decide they don't like South Africa for any reason, and they deny us access, as they've done in many countries, where many countries don't have access to YouTube, all of a sudden, we can't engage on that platform. If something happens and TikTok switches off, or something happens where X switches off, something happens where Google, an American company, switches off, now we don't have access to things like, obviously, Google, YouTube. We don't have access to Google Maps. You don't have access to your Gmail account. You don't have access. Cabanga, how many things will shut down if something in that space occurs? So I'm very, 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 very interested in American politics because I know it dictates how South Africa will move. If America becomes more liberal and it becomes open to, let's say, pedophiles, something extreme, I know that will affect South African policies because, again, our policymakers decide based on what America is doing. We've seen this time and time again. If America is pro-LGBT a community, South Africa will follow. If America is pro this, South Africa will follow. So it's very, very important for us to study what the Americans are doing so that we can be a step ahead. If you are, for example, a person that invests in Forex or shares, then everything that happens in America will affect your bottom line, it will affect your money, it will affect your share price, it will affect everything. So the more you know what is happening there, the better decisions you can do in your personal life. That. So if you know which Donald Trump was assassinated, for example, let's say they were successful in assassinating him, then you know it's okay, that will affect so many stocks, so the market would go crazy. It'll go absolutely crazy, and then you can invest accordingly, or you can pull out certain stocks accordingly, so many things happen. I was very, very privileged, very privileged to be ahead of the game when it came to COVID, so by the time Ramaphosa closed all the stores, my mom used to call my house a bottle store because I was steps ahead. By the time there was panic, I had everything. I had everything because I had preempted, okay, sharp. I watch Fox News, I watch CNN, I watch all these platforms. What is going to happen? Because I'm basing it on what is happening in America, in Europe, etc., etc., etc. So again, you want to be informed. You're like, okay, there's assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Jeez, if they can do that to Trump, who are we? Who are we in this country? So then you start realizing, oh snap, this whole thing of assassinating presidents or political warfare, whatever the case may be, it's not just a South African thing. It's not just MaZulu looking for it's not just that. It happens globally. It's been happening globally. There's many assassination attempts that have been swept under the rug that we might never ever hear about. It happens domestically, it happens internationally, and we saw it with America. And if things are happening in America, seeing, there was Secret Service there. Why couldn't they pick it up? There was cops there. They couldn't. Random citizens saw the shooter. They saw the guy creepy crawling on the roof. They saw this. They alerted police. They alerted Secret Service, but nothing happened. So you're like, conspiracy theorists are going to come up now. Joe Biden, is that your Ndanga? Then Danga got shot and killed. Why? Because dead men tell no tales. We know this in South Africa. Whenever something goes bad, the guy gets killed because, again, once you are dead, you can't write a statement. Guys, please do yourself a favor. Be informed what is happening in the world around you. Be informed so you can make decisions based on your current situation. If you are informed and you know we're going to have load shedding later on this evening, if you know that, then you can start cooking right now so that by the time there's load shedding, when it's grand. So the more you are informed, the more you can make better decisions. The more you're informed about the world around you, you can start saying, okay, let me then move strategically how to best look after myself and my family based on the information that I have. So again, get that knowledge, get that information. Guys, we live in a different time. Anyway, please comment, tell me what you think about the Donald Trump assassination attempt, how it's affecting you, how you think it's going to affect us, what we can do as a society, what we can do in our own little ekasi, leveraging off what we can plan based on something like this. How can we be forward thinking? Okay, this has happened, and as a result, this will happen. As a result, this will happen, and this is how it's going to affect us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's plan accordingly, and let's be 10 steps ahead. Anyway, Nkantanda, guys, if you have not yet subscribed, please make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, share this video far, far and wide, and let's engage in meaningful discussions. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Out.